Hello. Hi. It's just me. It's just a me kind of day, everybody. How are you all doing? Hold on, I gotta move to the other side. Over here. Woo! Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Monday live stream. I was on the wrong side. Very weird. There's a keyboard over there. I don't have a keyboard over here. And the producer's desk is way over there. So that ain't gonna happen. Hurricane didn't blow you away? I'm glad to hear it. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Monday. Hope you've had a wonderful weekend. We got Ghost Hunter, Video Game Archaeologist, Slayer Street, Blood Walrus, Hoosiers, Fooker, Cannibalist Zombie, Video Game Archaeologist again, and T. Schmidt. Hello, everyone. I need to figure out what I'm painting today. It's going to be a nice, simple hang out and paint with your friends sort of day. Just got your Krone. You're so excited. I know, me too. I love the Krone. The model is amazing. So we have a couple of options here. I could work a little bit more on my Krone, which I've had floating around in the office. I could do this guy. I'm not painting my fingernails. No. Now look who's been abandoned. Yeah, this guy. Oh god. This guy? Screw that guy. We paint this guy. We can paint this guy. Oh, you guys are gonna be terrible. I know. It's not even Tuesday. Do we do this? We could potentially paint the face for this guy. But I should probably get the rest of this guy built first. I am all alone today, Avian. We could work on cleaning up some more of those parts for what's his face. What do you guys think? I guess we'll throw him in there and finish this guy too. We do that. I could show you a little glimpse at the short for this week. You guys want me to paint the pink Space Marine? Shelby isn't even here today. Now that Shelby isn't here, it's the perfect time. I don't know about that. No Vexing Workshop, no producer today. Oh my god, Mike, that's the best idea I have ever heard. Paint the pink Space Marine and then prime it over. Hold on. So this pink Space Marine. You guys want me to continue painting this pink Space Marine? All right. If that's what chat wants. If this is what chat wants, chat can have this today. On the as long as you guys are good, I'll do the pink Space Marine. So watch it never. Okay, we'll do the pink Space Marine. Seems like you guys want that. All right, so Oh, we have to be good to do something else. uh, so I, like Jason sometimes does, I am in one of those spots where like I don't really have a project that I'm super excited to be working on. So, or rather, I don't have a project that is prepped and ready to go that would be of personal nature because I don't have anything ready for the studio. Um, Jason has. I also have a number of projects, but none of them I'm like super excited about. But I do want to paint a bunch of Skaven next week. That's my plan for that. But also, well, I want to paint stuff that I don't have, Avian. So that's the problem. I want to paint what I don't have. That therein lies the problem. I ordered a one box through the local store. You want the? Oh my gosh, Mike! Stop! Stop! No! 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 Don't do it! Don't do it, Mike! No! I should prime my two War Machine War Beasts today. You know what would be fun to do? I'd have to find some. I would love to paint an old Skaven or not Skaven, Scorn War Beast. Like one of those models would be super fun to paint. I'm sure I can find somebody around here who's got one. Jason probably has some here. You want to paint your Mercenaries Kickstarter stuff? Your Mercenaries Kickstarter stuff? Hello, Doc Seibel. Hello. You hear the horns of the Rohirrim? Yeah, I do have Moose Daddy somewhere. Hachio, yeah, it is pink blasphemy. Chat has convinced me to paint the thing that Shelby really wants me to paint. Oh, the BattleTech ones. What about Goblin Town? The same paint scheme dozens of times. Nah, that not super excited about. All right, let me figure out what colors I used on this. I don't even remember. So we gotta look it up, or not look it up, but we gotta figure it out. Let me move my palette around. Get a little oriented. I'm excited. You know, it's one of those things for AOS where I I try to keep up to date on games that a lot of the people in my regular sphere of hanging out with like to play on a regular basis. So AOS has been one of those games for a while. Yeah, Awkwardish, I think that's probably pretty right. I'm pretty sure the color was primer black. Uh. uh. You're applying to one of our Aquarian 132. You're applying to one of your shops in the UK. Any hints or advice for the application? What do you mean by applying to one of our shops in the UK? I'm not sure what you mean, Aquarian. I like to play War Machine, but I never see Jordan playing that one. You realize that like I worked for Privateer Press for a long time and played the game for a long time as well. Like a long, long time. I used to play Scorn. I played Scorn for a super long time. It'd be funny to go back and paint one of those those war beasts. All right. So we need pink. We need magenta, dark magenta. Oh, and it was hot pink, dark hot pink. I worked before. I know, right? It's weird. Weird to think about. I existed before my existence here. What was the first model that I painted? The first model that I ever painted were the ghosts from the Return of the King starter set from Middle Earth Strategy Battle game that came out back in 2003 or 2004 or something like that. Those were the first models that I ever painted, and they sucked. I did not paint them well. I was very young. Please, I was thinking about doing a Tau army with these exact colors. In pink? That would actually look pretty cool, to be honest. I can get behind pink Tau. What would your accent color be? Would you do like a baby blue for like bubblegum colors? That'd be pretty cool. I actually think I painted this before dark hot pink existed. Now that I think about it. Oh no, I can't see the thing. Hold on, shoot. Oh, I gotta see the thing. How do I pull this up? Okay, great. Is this what I need? Yes? No? Mayhaps? You guys keeping good stock on the Rogue Hobby set? It seems like my FLGS has been out for a while, or they sell fast. They sell really fast, low loss. Don't forget, you can always pick them up local, or we're about 15 minutes away from Gamers Guild, so if you ever want to come pick up a set, you're always welcome to drive down and pick one up from us. If you want to wait until Gamers Guild gets them, you can just tell them that they should reorder, and they can always put an order in with us, and they can get it ASAP. So, you know, as long as we have it in stock on our website, they should be able to get it, no problem. Mixalty for the rescrub. Thank you. Raider72, thank you for the raid. Hello. Sorry I missed the raid announcement. I'm working on limited personnel here. And I didn't have this part of the stream up because I'm a goofball. But thank you. Welcome, Raiders. Hello. Valence01, thank you for the follow and the sub. Classic cracking on. Thank you for the follow. Oh, that was 2 days ago. All right, we're good. We're caught up. Noted Jordan needs a round 2 attempt. This can be made to happen. Teal. You know, the Zamian. Pretty sure. I saw the dark hot pink and I was like, that needs to be prominently featured in my collection. It does because it's awesome. Dark not pink. Oops. All right, there we go. On the 5th, this stream rated Palooka Paints, and he set a record for a number of followers and subscribers in a day. I'm glad to hear it. That's awesome. Pink, even wow, I need more caffeine. I also need some caffeine. Awkwardish, I know how you feel. All right, I'm moving back over here. Someone likes us. Desecrator, hey, please. Thank you for the follow, you guys. Welcome. Question for Jordan. How wet is my wet palette? I've tried just a damp sponge after wringing it out. Seems still too much moisture. Defresh, the paint shouldn't be breaking down. When you say the paint is breaking down, what exactly are you seeing? Like what is the paint doing like physically on your palette? What can you see? More watery over time. So defresh, more watery over time. So this is happening when you're wringing out your wet palette even. Because it definitely shouldn't be happening if you're wringing out your palette. Like that's virtually no liquid in your wet palette at all. What I do is I'll fill my wet palette up with water, saturate the sponge, and then I'll pour out the excess. Now, sometimes when it's really, really hot, I'll leave standing water in the wet palette, but I also have a lot thicker paper right now. I'm using the newer paper from Redgrass Games, which personally I don't actually care for very much. I'm going back to the older paper before. It was a little bit thinner. It worked a little bit better for me. But usually what I do is I fill it up, saturate the sponge, and then I pour out all the extra water. And that works great for me for my entire painting sessions. Is Streambot not working? Are we not getting the Discord getting thrown up there? Hold on, let me try that real quick. So I painted the other day. I tried to... Okay, hold on. Hold on, guys. One sec. Try this really quick. Oh, it worked now. Okay. Great. There's the Discord link. All right, so Camel Triber. So I painted the other day. I tried to paint light umber on dark gray. Okay. Black painted primered models, and you had a horrible experience. You needed 3 to 4 layers and still didn't cover fully. No dilution at all. How do you improve this? Okay, we can take a look at that here in a second. Discord. That's a big jump from black to... Yeah, it is a pretty big jump, Camel Triber. Yeah, Papa Chicken, you and I are kind of in the same boat, right? It's real dry here, so I add a little bit more water than what I typically recommend for people to use, just because I'm in Arizona. Maybe that's why my paint seems so thin. I leave a pool with the sponge. Yeah, Nor Deuce, give it a shot. Yeah, pour out some of your excess water there. Why is FLGS not working? FLG. Huh, it's working when I put them up. That's weird. I have not seen that happen before. Uh, Here, when they're done talking, I'll bug them over there and see if they can't. Glazed tile palette gang. It works good as a dry palette. Oh, Christopher. All right, let's try something real quick. So you're talking about light umber, right? So we got light umber right here. All right. So getting the paintbrush a little damp. See a little bit here. Hey, Chris. Hey, we're having a weird issue where other people can't use the exclamation point codes in chat anymore. So T Schmidt was typing exclamation point FLGS to get the FLGS link, and it didn't do anything. I can type it and it works. Yeah. Okay. Great. Thank you. Yeah. Perfect. Yeah. We're on it. What's up, Chuck and Jade? Hello. All right. So this is right on top of black. We're going to give this a shot. We'll do it up here. This is covering pretty darn good. It dries a little bit lighter, or a little bit darker, and a little bit more patchy, in my experience. But this is definitely not a 3 or 4 layers type application. We can even thin it down a bunch more and see what that looks like. So that's pretty thin. Thicken it up a little bit. I mean, even with a really, really thin application, that's pretty solid. It'll dry a little thinner like that for sure. So, I mean, that's really thin. That's me even thinning it down a bit. So, I'd be curious to see what your process is for getting that and having the light umber take so many layers to cover. What kind of primer are you using? All right, so we're gonna bring this up a little bit. Added a little bit of pale yellow into the dark hot pink. So when D-Fresh, when you're saying you're getting a chalky-ish finish, what exactly do you mean by that? Because generally speaking, when I hear chalky, I hear matte, right? And a matte finish is exactly what our paints are designed to give you. Unless you're getting literal dust coming off of your models, which would be more of like a chalk type thing. But like a chalky finish on a model is just generally a flat finish, unless it's like visibly dusty. So in that case, that's basically what they're supposed to do. That's what the finish is supposed to look like. And maybe I'm just misunderstanding what you're looking for, or what you're seeing. In which case, please correct me. I would be happy to be corrected here. Um, well, maybe that could be it as well. It's tough because like I have to understand what chalky looks like, right? If I don't understand what chalky looks like and what that is supposed to mean, because chalky could be different to different people, right? It's a way to describe what something looks like, but there's no like locked in terminology for that, so I have to figure out like what that exactly means for everybody who says it. Because a lot of the time when I see people say, "Hey, I have a chalky finish," and they send me photos, it's just a matte finish. So I'm just trying to figure out where I'm missing something in this, right? So I'm using the dark hot pink plus pale yellow here, and I'm just using various different mixes. And I'm just kind of smoothing out these blends by mixing the in-between colors. Yeah, yeah, exactly, dog sick. That is yeah, exactly. That is the typical, because usually when I get these photos, right? So I'll get a photo and they'll use like the primer will be super glossy, so it'll be like almost like a satin paint that was used like Game Workshop primer. Um, and they're so used to having the satin paints or the gloss finish paints that our paints will feel very chalky because they dry super matte, right? And that's typically what my result is, right? Yeah, and it's nothing wrong with you, Defresh, if that ends up being the case. It's just you're just not used to the finish of our paints, and if you're new to our paint and you're used to using a lot of other paints, there is an adjustment period where you're figuring out how to use the new tool, right? Because paints are basically just tools. and you just every tool is a little different, and some tools work better one way, certain tools work better a different way. So there's always a little bit of an adjustment period when you're using something. You're going from something to a different tool, right? So it is not uncommon to have people, say, "Hey, I don't. This is not really giving me the results that I would normally expect. Why is it giving me that result?" And a lot of the time, it's just, hey, your process is a little bit different as a result of you using these paints. If you do this, this, and this, you'll get a better result with the new paints that you picked up. And a lot of that is partially because a lot of other paint manufacturers design their paints in such a way that they promote, I don't want to say bad habits, but they promote things that are easier for people who have never picked up a paintbrush to learn, and they're not normal ways that you would approach painting a miniature or anything for that matter, right? So like take mixing is a good example. Games Workshop has a million colors. They promote the base shade layering type style of painting, which works totally fine, but it is limiting because it doesn't incentivize or even create the opportunity for more creativity with mixing paints, which is such a huge part of the process. Because sometimes you need that little in between shade that doesn't exist, and you have to mix it. Or sometimes you need just a touch brighter than what you have, and no paint is going to give you that color. So you need to find something that will be. You need to make something that fits in that world, right? And that's why mixing is so important. Shelby will be very happy that this model is getting worked on. Yes, dog sick for sure. Matte finish is super unforgiving because you can see everything. Your blends are much more stark than they are with satin paints. So when you're trying to do, you know, blending, if it's not exactly right, or if it's not the perfect shade of in between colors, then yeah, it's not going to look right. And that's just because there's no shine to disrupt what the visual look is of that color and break, this the reflectivity of it. With matte, you just see everything. All is bare for you to see. All right, we're starting to throw some of these highlights on the back. How am I doing today? Kevin Memories, I'm doing great. How are you? Hope you have recovered from your post-con crud. Hope you're back to normal, tip-top shape, as it were. I certainly enjoyed visiting with you guys and saying hello. while I was in your neck of the woods. But I like how bright the fluoro colors are. You're running into one problem though. Your large lasers and PPCs blue. Yeah, so using white and transparent blue will give you a really, really, really bright saturated blue. That will work better than pretty much every fluorescent blue that you will ever find. Yeah, no, this is great. This is a great question, Wad. So, all right, so when you're thinking about highlighting the cylinder, right? So, the way that specular highlights work, let me find a good reference point. Here we go. Here's a good reference point. Aha, perfect. So, this bottle has a specular highlight that goes top to bottom, right? Now, from the camera's point of view, this is right here. And it goes all the way down. Now, from my perspective, the highlight actually starts here, and it only goes down about this far. So, what that means is any sort of specular highlight or highlighting that you're doing on a reflective surface depends on two things. One, the light sources in the environment, or the things that are reflecting light that reflected. Let me start this again. Two things. One, the lights in the environment, right? So like a headlight or a lamp or a glowy orb, whatever. And the second one is thinking about other reflective parts of your environment. So if you see my hand here, as I move my hand closer, you can see the brightness on this side of, you can even see it as I move my finger back and forth. You can see the reflection of my finger on the side here. So those are the big things you want to think about when you're painting reflective surfaces. Now, how do those things interact? Well, the way that the light works is the light is coming from this lamp right here that you can't see, but I'm pointing at one, and it's bouncing down here to here against the surface that is basically parallel to it. That's why you have a light going all the way down the side, and it's reflecting back into the lens of the camera, which is why it's front and center, maybe a little off center a little bit because it's off to the right side of the surface, right? The further that light source goes to this side, or to this side, the more you will get the reflection over here. And same is true over here, right? You can see as I move my hand over here, that's more shadow, but here, let me see if I have, here we go. So if I have my light here, right? You can see how introducing this other source of light creates that highlight on the side of the bottle. But it's because it's over to the right, to the left, the bottle is reflecting it on the left side. And then you have the separate highlight from the bigger light, which is larger and brighter because the source of light is more intense and the light is bigger. So you got to think about those things. Now, the other thing you got to think about as well is, let's take a bottle. Let's see if I can replicate this here. This is not a super reflective surface, so maybe we'll do it this way. Let's see here. Can I do it? This. Yeah, so you see on the top of the bottle, you have all the lights that are getting reflected, right? And they're bouncing from the source of the light directly into the bottle and then back into your eyes. And as I move my hand here, light is reflecting off of my hand and then reflecting off of the side of the bottle and then back into your eye, right? So that is why you get other reflections in your metallics, like reflections off of like the sea and the the trees and things like that, other things in your environment, other light sources. These are all things that you take into account. So what that means is you can take a really simplistic approach and you only worry about your biggest light sources. So I have one big light source that's coming down here, it's hitting right in the middle, and then it's going back into the eye. So when I'm at this perspective, right, the light is coming from somewhere, it's hitting the leg, and then it's bouncing directly towards my eyeballs. So I want to paint with that orientation based on that light source. Wad, I hope that makes sense. Ghost Hunter, do I need to shirt the tape blue painter's tape before priming models? What are you masking things off before priming, Ghost Hunter? Took a while for me to test clear, been slowly packing the house in preparation for getting move date. Shouldn't be long now. Nice. Yeah. Reflections are weird. Light is weird. It does weird things. So yeah, so if I'm imagining that my light source is here, right, where my paintbrush is, then these highlights should be just off center to the left of right in the middle of the leg. So, for example, this leg would be incorrect. That highlight should be here, right, where that reflective light is. And this should be closer to here. And you can also get your model wet in those areas, and you can use it, right, as a point of reference. So if this reflection here is spot on, then I need to paint that other reflection right here. If the light source is over here. But if the light source moves, and I need to get this wet again. If the light source moves, right, then I need to figure out different spots to put it, right? So in this position, where the light source that I have works pretty much perfectly with the highlights that I put on there. So in this specific case, the light is coming from directly this way, and my focal point is right this. Get the model wet. Do I get to pick the model? No. We get to pick for you, Mike. You don't get to pick anything. We're in charge of the picking of things. Wait, that's genius. Get it wet and see where it shines. Yeah, it makes it a lot easier, doesn't it? I'm getting the brighter pink here. Kind of just refining where these highlights are. Throw that highlight here on the back of the leg. Let's see here. I'll be your fashion model, Baba Chicken. Zazin. The more glossy the surface, the sharper the highlights, right? Yes, exactly. That's why you look at something like this, right? And you get, you know, kind of a soft highlight. And then you look at something like this, and your highlights are really sharp, right? The more slick and reflective the surface is, the sharper and less blended your highlights are. Oops. I'm here making a mess. Dropping my paintbrush in the paint. Jordan needs a spoon and a pen. Honestly, I actually prefer having some cylinders and some like spears and stuff like that. I think it works better for the explanations because you can show it in multiple forms. We're almost an hour in and the compressor hasn't been turned on. I hope you're feeling okay. Feeling great. I'm leaving the boys alone today. Papa Chicken. What's going on, Ricardo? Greetings from Germany. Hello. Yeah, you got some paint on that? What the heck? Kind of readjusting where these highlights are so I can make them match where I want the reflected light to be. And you can always do these sort of sketches on your models to rough out where the highlights are. And then you can bring everything back together later. So, moving these here. And you can see how that sort of roughs out where those highlights are supposed to go. And then I can do the same thing on the front. I'll leave the lights coming from here. If I'm over here, there's no light coming from here. So maybe I'll do a cooler light on this side would actually be really cool to make it a little bit more dynamic. That actually sounds super fun. All right, Shelby's getting a way cooler looking model than we thought. Let's see here, lights coming from here. So we're gonna have this highlight be over here. Same thing here. Highlights along the edges. Work is making you actually work today? Almost sounds like a July challenge. Well, you never know. Do I take reference pictures with black prime minis or real photos of cylinders, cubes, etc.? Your secondary highlight placement is impeccable. I don't. But I have looked at a lot of reference and I have painted it a lot. Ricardo. I use a lot of real life references for choosing and placing highlights. I'm not sure Shelby is getting a cooler model looking. I know I've painted over a lot of it so far, but it'll look better in the end. Just got to trust the process. Got to trust in the process. All right, we're gonna make another highlight color here, just a little bit brighter. And we're going to blend this right on top of those areas where we want that reflection coming in. Might actually add it, make it a little bit brighter here. Give us a little bit more contrast. Let's see here. So we're getting in here. There, my placement is good. Get that reflection there. Reflection on the knee. Reflection on the arm. This little shoulder. Good. Make sure we get it on this too. So you can see I'm just kind of pushing those highlights right in between. It also occurred to me that this probably should, this whole part of the leg should probably be bright. And this should be a little bright too. So you can see I'm just making some adjustments as I go. Going back to some of the previous steps. And what I'm also going to do is I'm going to take a slightly darker color because it's further away from the source of light. Because that's the other thing we got to think about as well, right? Is the closer the object that is being illuminated is to the source of light, the brighter it's going to be, right? So this shoulder pad, or rather this leg, will be brighter than this leg reflection. So if we have a little bit of this coming over here, right, kind of getting past, pushing onto this leg, that highlight will be less bright than this one will be. Let's see here. Let me make sure I'm not missing anything. Props for your painting. Keep it up. You're absolutely killing the gray. Thank you. No, we expect cool things from you, Babe J. Thank you. We're not surprised when it looks good. Cave delay. I know we can't count the sun as an object for the Jai challenge. What says you can't count the sun as an object? The idea is that you have really strong lighting, right? So it's not supposed to just be one side of the equation, right? You gotta make it more interesting than just like, hey, this guy's in midday, right? The idea is that you're having a very intense light that you're painting, and that's your primary source of light. So actually, you know what? Yes, I would say don't count the sun. I'm changing my mind. Ricardo, did I watch a lot of other guys paint reflective stuff like your gold non-metallic paint set master? Flame on, yeah. Magic. So I have done a lot of exploration of both painters that paint non-metallic metal in the miniature world, painters that paint metal without using metallics in canvas painting, hyperrealism in drawing and illustration. I've done a lot of reading and research and looking into, I should say. And then I've done a lot of real world reference hunting as well. It's one of those things where the more that I paint and the more that I run around in the world, the more I start to notice little things, right? So I'll see something and I'll be like, that's interesting how that light is reflecting off of that object. I wonder why it's doing that. And then I'll look at the object, I'll see what the material is made out of, and the material will affect, how it reflects and what it's reflecting and things like that. Yeah, the way that Magic paints non-metallic metal is pretty incredible. It's kind of like this, but it's way more in depth. He does this, but he takes it, 12 steps further. Yeah, of course. Yeah, it's great to have the questions in here. Thanks for being here. All right, so we're gonna put another highlight here. Yeah, there are definitely some painters who I think are some of the best non-metallic metal painters in the world. I think Mashik, for his process and his unique style, I think is one of them. It's not as hyper realism focused, but it has such a presence, and is really incredible to look at, and his process is amazing. His dedication to detail in his process is really high, and it is super time consuming to do. The other one who I follow a lot is Land Studio. His work is amazing. Definitely like out of this world, 10 out of 10 sort of stuff. Um, yeah, there's a lot of great resources out there for you guys to use for this month's challenge. It's gonna be a fun one. I'm excited to see what you guys end up doing. So I'm making this reflection a little bit bigger here, just because it's a larger thing to reflect off of. It's also one of the closest pieces. El Mitrista is well known for OSL work as well. Easy to find insert for those who are interested. Yeah. It's cool to see what everybody sort of specializes in, right? So there's a lot of people who do a lot of like sky earth non-metallic metal. There's a lot of people that do, more of the like traditional super hyper realistic non-metallic metal. Um, there's OSL people, that sort of thing is great. Great to see. Let's see here. What is the challenge again? OSL? Yeah, Zazin. So the challenge for this month is um, to paint a model where the OSL or the object that's emitting light is basically the only or the primary light in the environment. So if you think of like at night in like a cavern where it's pitch black and then you have a campfire, right? That's a great example of what I'm looking for in this challenge is having alternative sources of light being the ones in your images than the sun or, something like that, right? The moon, right? Things that we wouldn't normally paint. Having, be in total darkness and have, a lightsaber be the light source, right? And then figuring out how that light interacts with and changes the colors of the things that it's reflecting off of. It's a really difficult challenge, but I think you guys can kill it. I see we're man of culture. So if I want cool, let's do. I don't want. I don't want panes. I want like a blue, or like a purple maybe, dark purple. So yeah, so like dark magenta into dark purple could be cool. So if we do this, and we have this be our darker color, as we transition into the cooler sections of the model. I need to do some highlights on here actually, because this light would definitely still hit on this side. I need to go find some of this. We need to break out some of this brightness here, and brightness on the inside of the shin here. But it won't be nearly as bright as it would be over here. yeah, this is a great color. Man, dark purple's awesome. You can see where we're really pushing that dark backside. Do you hear my anxiety just went through the roof? I hope you're okay, Ghost Hunter. Get that nice warmth as we drag it into the shadow. Baby J, if you don't mind telling, where's everybody else? So Jason is out in Florida right now. He is prepping for a live play with Dice Tower tomorrow to show off Age of Angra. So he is going to be on their live stream tomorrow. And we're going to put up a link in the Discord, and we're going to link it on social media. But they go live at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. What's up, King Tone? How's it going? So he is gonna be there through Wednesday. So he'll be there tomorrow for the show. He'll do the gameplay with them. I think he's hanging out there that evening, and then he flies back on Wednesday in the afternoon. So he'll be back on Thursday in stream, I believe. But I think he will also be out on Friday. Jen is just up front today. She's here. Unfortunately, there were a couple people who were unable to make it today. So, Mondays are always super busy for us up at the front. So she's gotta hang out and watch all the kids. So just me today. Painting a model that Shelby's gonna be very happy that I'm painting. All right. So we're going to put a little bit of this pinkish color. We're going to bring that down a little bit more. So we're getting some really thin dark hot pink right now. And I'm going to use this as a glaze. And we're going to glaze into some of these areas where you want to bring some of that color back. There's a good sample right there. Right underneath the kneecap, right here. Good spot. Smooth out some of this on the bottom of the leg here. It's just a slow, refining process until we can get the colors and the reflectivity where they belong. So I just need some actual dark hot pink for. So we got that. I'm shaped in there, putting it back into here. See, I'm putting it on the head there. Oh, got some paint on there. Oh, it's already 3:15. Holy cow. Alright, so how are we looking? How are we feeling here? Side's looking pretty good. That's a little stark of a highlight there. Great. Hit a painting epiphany about layering and painting and avoiding Muscle Island the other day. I swear it only made sense with using Procurol. That's awesome, King Tone. I am very happy to hear that. It's always really exciting when I can hear about people who are able to kind of break through those plateaus and really push for, you know, new levels of awesome painting. It was very exciting to hear about. So I'm glad that you're sharing it with us. see here. Just picked up some crystal steels from Epic Basing for the Jolly Challenge. Oh, nice. That's awesome. Pop Chicken. Is that single pigment dark magenta? Dark magenta. So the dark magenta is single pigment. But it is super translucent. I'm trying to build this kind of second stage of highlighting beyond the first. Smooth out just a touch. You can see I'm using my like fingers blending, sponging technique here a lot. Next stage up. So this is gonna be a lot of back and forth of me just doing this here to smooth everything out. You know, you guys can see how crazy stark the highlights I want to have it be from basically here. Means that this needs to be a lot brighter over here. Tessarith just arrived, and I can see already that I'm gonna have to go back and watch this from the beginning. I hope you enjoy it. It's been a blast so far. Repainting the pink marine in honor of Shelby, who's unable to be with us today. I want to get these bright highlights in here. Get some of that real crazy punch going on. We gotta make sure we catch those edges as well. The edges of the armor plates will carry some of that reflectivity down. And I'm kind of doing some perpendicular, not perpendicular, some lines going horizontally here to kind of break that edge that I created, so that it's not quite as smooth. There's the whole joint here. That kind of spherical shape. Could also probably put these lights in here. These reflective fonts. Most of this would definitely be illuminated. Maybe not down here. And again, I'm just kind of breaking the solid edge of that. Softens it up a little bit. Doing the same thing. Kind of in a little circle. Very cool. Shelby was on stream for Heine for at least part of it. I think. I don't think she was there the whole time. Oh, yeah, dude. Objects, different light sources. Game delay. I do love how Baby J won't answer questions about the monthly challenge, but then gives an in-depth tutorial on the monthly challenge. I support this. No spoon was no spoons, none. Papa Chicken Jordan, out of all the streams I'm currently watching, this one is my favorite. Thanks for doing what you do, Papa Chicken. Thank you so much. We love having you here, man. It's great. Shelby's gonna be so sad she's not here for this. Hey, you know what, Gabe? This is what happens when she's not here. She's gonna learn her lesson good. Curses beeth to her. Let's see here. What else we got? Is that not the rule? Shelby always gets what she asked for with painting, but only when she isn't there to see it. Yes, that is the rule. Do I have any experience with airbrush blending? I am hesitant to try it as I fear I'll overspray and ruin other stuff. So, two things, Papa Chicken. One, yes, I do. Two, masking is your friend. Mask off parts that you don't want to have be different colors. Three, the more you spray with an airbrush, the more control you'll have, and the more that you will know where the errant, like, kind of overspray is going to go. And you can... No, Shelby, don't look! Dang it. Well, we're not painting this anymore, folks, because Shelby's here. Shelby's here now. She doesn't get to see it. But this is my favorite place to hang out in the afternoon. Thank you, Awkwardish. You're awesome. I'll do what you ask, but not when you ask me to. No! No! This is what you get, Shelby. Nothing. See, I got nothing anymore. Thanks for ruining it for us, Shelby. Shelby, I can't control you watching the VOD. Two per day. That's so good. So funny. Alright, you can see it. We're in the process of doing a repaint on it. Well, I'm leaving now. I think, you know what's funny, Shelby? I don't think we had dark hot pink when I painted this last. I'm pretty sure it didn't exist. Papa Chicken. I'm gonna be honest, Papa Chicken. When you said it, I thought about going over there and doing it, and I was just like, nah, I'll let them have it. So we're doing like super, we're kind of doing something kind of like the challenge where it's like super bright, reflective, crazy light over here, and then it's going to be really dark over here. Cool and dark. Bye, Shelby. Some days I wake up and choose violence. It's okay. I also do that sometimes, but a lot less than some people. Doing that. Get this warmth over here. Why stop with some days? You guys get to choose? Of course we get to choose. Doing a little bit of thumb palette mixing here. Get these colors the way they're supposed to look. Why was I doing that? Some people. It seems like a docile creature, but no. Panda's great. Got to meet Panda at Adepticon this year. It was great. Nobody likes us. Who dat? Buzzword followed. Palosa Pep followed. Welcome, everybody. Thank you so much for the follows. Welcome. Getting that nice darkness back. Mix in some dark purple with dark magenta. Get this really nice purple color. Yes, actually, Papa Chicken. Mixing yellow and purple together is basically that color. Taking this kind of glaze color, I'm really pushing that darker shadow. Hello, everybody. Just finished resin pour for beach bases for your third unit of your Taino Warband Mythic Americas. That's cool. Overlord, did you post pictures in the Discord? I bet everybody would love to see that stuff. We'll be in the beer garden Wednesday night. Look for the purple hair. Oh, also, I'm going to make sure that I set up that Discord group for you guys if it has not already been set up. I meant to do that Friday before I got out of here. But I got shooed out of the office by Jason. He said, "What the heck are you doing here? Go home." And so I went home. We were going to set up a Discord for everybody who's going to Gen Con so that they can have meetups and stuff like what we did for Adepticon. Shoot. All right, we're going to do something kind of silly. But sometimes we can get away with it. So if you guys are really careful, you guys can scrape away mistakes with. My anxiety is taking notes. You can scrape away the top layer of paint if you make a little bit of a mistake like that. This is just like super duper light pressure. Here we go. Ghost Hunter, my anxiety is taking notes. Yeah, because if you think about it, when you apply paint, right? You're applying paint to the surface, then you're applying more paint, more paint, more paint, more paint. You can scrape like teeny tiny soft layers of paint off the top with a sharp blade. It's not something I would recommend doing a ton, but it does work. Funny enough, it does work. Well, that scraping off mistakes tip came at the perfect moment, Baby J. Got to be real careful about it. I'm just going to do a little bit of a glaze. That area? Oh, right as rain. Right as rain. Putting that line back in over here. Getting the edges on this. Mad respect for anybody who's painted an army of white scars. Just doing a Comstar company and just 12 white units is driving you batty. Yeah, man. I know how it feels. Peanut butter and bacon. Thank you for the follow. Moving out some of these little rings. Hmm. If you get followed by peanut butter and bacon, does that mean you've won at life? I think so. All right. Bring the sharper highlight over here. All right. All right, everybody. Chuck is the best. He puts up with you. Oh. Are you what are you guys painting right now? Anybody having some fun painting some cool stuff out there? Taking a little break from working on this guy. My brain's exploding a little bit. Anybody have fun this weekend? Anything for the holiday weekend? Some sweet firecracker action. Taking a break to clean. Nice. I need to do that. Painting the demon prints right now for your STD box. King Tone, I think you should get that checked out. Awkwardish played D&D yesterday. Nice. Jade trying out some frost effects after resculpting 2 fingers that broke off and went somewhere. Been there? How do you count? 18 clan, 15 inner sphere. You're more well-rounded than you thought. That's impressive. Jason has like 115 to 20 inner sphere, and he has like 5 clan. That man does not like clan at all. You managed to paint for about 10 hours on Saturday and Sunday. It was extremely fun. That's awesome. That is a good amount of time. Don't want to mix them. Oop, jeez. I also like the shape of the clan mechs more. They got cool design themes going on. Putting some of this brighter blue in here. Figuring out what this other side of the reflection is going to look like on this side of the model. Alrighty. Where's that? Next, right there. This is a little bit of bright jade with dark purple. This is how you get this color. Cleaning up the darker parts of this guy. There we go. I like that. It's a nice cooler color. Man, I'm really excited to paint some Skaven next week, you guys. You guys ready for the rat race? See if I can get all my stuff painted for a spearhead game before Gabe or Chris. Alright, we got that. We gotta blue up the inside of these. Yeah, that's cool. Nice little spotlight coming through. Got nothing but darkness on this side of the model. I know what else will make this look better. This. Putting this color into all the little shadow areas. Push some areas where I can glaze some of this color in. Alrighty. Coming in up here, the backpack, and pushing these shadows down. Cool. This frost effect is interesting. Watching it slowly grow crystals is kind of calming. That's funny. Oh my gosh, it's 4 o'clock, you guys. Woo! All right, we made it. We survived. I hope you guys have had fun today. We're readdressing Mr. Pink Space Marine. I'm going to switch over to the other side so I can throw up a whole bunch of links for you guys. Throw up the links. Oh. Anyone not make it to the end? All right, so we're going to throw up the store link. Make sure you guys check out the store to buy all the wonderful paints I've been using on here's stream. Chris, you're going to do it? Oh no, Chris can't do it. Ha! Yikes! Nice try, Christopher. Let me throw the rest of these up here. Store. We got FLGS. We got Tube. And we got Discord. Alrighty. Everybody, thank you guys so much for being here today. It was a wonderful trip. We got some fun stuff painted. Shelby will be happy. We're going to find somebody to raid here in a few minutes. Don't forget we stream from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. Monday through Friday. Yeah. I lost my train of thought. I was trying to read this. All right, we stream Monday through Friday, 2 to 4 p.m. Make sure you guys check it out. Check out all the links. Check out the Discord. You can find all the stuff about our Discord challenges and our 4,514 amazing artists in the Discord and one Jordan Lamb. Actually, there's no Jordan Lamb in the Discord. It's just Baby J. There is a Ghost Hunter there too, so don't forget that. Yeah, first time that's ever happened. But yeah, we're gonna find somebody ready, guys. I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. A weekend? Oh my gosh, it's a Monday, guys. I hope you guys have a wonderful Monday night. We will see you all tomorrow. Don't forget, make sure you guys go to the Dice Tower. It streams pretty early, our time at least. It's 10 a.m. Eastern time. And they will be doing a live play with Jason, who's there right now, for Age of Angra. So you guys check it out. Make sure you guys have a good time with that. And we will see you on stream tomorrow. Adios, everybody. Bye-bye.